Monaghans Galway, located on the Tuam Road, is the leading dealership in Galway for new SKODA, CUPRA and Seat models. Now is the perfect time to order your new car or visit Monaghans.ie. You're welcome along to the Maroon and White pod. So Loughrea are county champions. They defeated Captag 115 to 16 points in the end. A cracking Galway final, Loughrea edge it and they win their first county title in 18 years. The wait still goes on for Captag, unfortunately. They can be very proud of their performance. They really made Loughrea work for that. I'm joined by Jeff Lynskey to look back on the game. Jeff, safe to say it was a good county final yesterday?
Watched last night, Paul. So look, from a tactical point of view, I have to say Cappy got an awful lot right. The one area that obviously didn't get it right was the second half in terms of execution of scores created. The period just before half time, obviously Loughrea started very well, went up 4 points to no score. But the period before half time when Cappy got in the game, the pass back to Decky went over 65, just changed the kind of swing of it. And Loughrea tagged on 2 scores to give them a kind of buffer. Second half then, look, it was a game of turnovers really in terms of you know Cappy dropping out, Loughrea trying to work it out in the second phase, puck out didn't really come to anything really when they were going long. And look, it's not really a moral victory, Paul, for them because look, I think they're a remarkable club in lots of ways. In terms of look, I've been fortunate to work with a lot of the young lads that they have, but like you have to say Loughrea have been coming for the last 5 years. Delighted for the lads, delighted for Tommy, Gavin, Shane, Alan, Kelvin, like all the boys there for the last 5 years. But like at the end of the day, they got the critical goal. Anthony finished it very well, and they were just that bit better.
You worked with this Loughrea group previously and probably would have been fairly early on their development to where they are now. But could you see there was something brewing in this group when you worked with them?
Yeah, look, they were coming off of probably a back of a poor defeat. I think the time I got involved against Cappy in a quarter final, um, they were looking to build something. They knew there was players coming. The age profile was really, really good. The leadership group there, you won't get any better than anywhere else. And in terms of the club itself, in terms of its organisation and the governance of it, they're really, really are good people at the helm at the top, and you get support at every venture that you need it. But look, what they've done over the last 3 years in terms of that look to county final, Tommy's first year, 2 of them, very unlucky not to win it. Beaten last year by third or more, deservedly so, they learned in it. But the grit and the resolve that they showed for over the last 5 years to stick at it, it's like I'm just very proud of them in terms of what they've done. And I've been looking up to win All Ireland with the boys as well, with Gavin and Shane. But like you're dealing with high caliber person here, first of all, and then from a coaching point of view, you're not going to get any better. For me, anyway, county, not in the country.
You'd have Gavin and Shane that high up.
Oh yeah, look, sure they've won. They've won now a county title with their club. They've won All Ireland minors with myself. Gavin has worked there, done very well down there. Whereas has worked in Dublin as well, and has done well up there. And Tommy's a bit of on that journey as well. Kelvin Hardle is with Gavin and Clare as well. So in terms of the people that you need in a setup, there obviously they brought in John Conlon the last 2 years. To begin, I suppose a role model for the group, but sure they have enough of them within there, like with Johnny, Joseph, Paul. Glad to see Jamie back on the pitch the last couple of games. But look, you're looking at Anthony Burns and his journey over the last 5 years. Like he was junior B 6 years ago, and now in the space of 5 years, he's probably going to be on a senior panel, I'd say, come February. And his trajectory over the last 5 years is remarkable, and that's down to the work that he's done himself and the time and effort he's invested in himself and the people that they've had at the helm guiding these lads along.
Just a quote from Tommy after the match yesterday. He said, "It feels like becoming a father for the first time." Just when he said that, and even there was a video from off the ball too of Tommy Kelly with the cup in his hands, and it really captured the moment. And I know even Gavin and Shane spoke after the match of how much a legend Tommy Kelly is in Loughrea.
Yeah, look, I worked with Tommy for 2 years, and he helped me out with the fifth for a year as well. Like, um, in terms of his game knowledge and game sense, like you weren't going to get any better. His understanding of the lads there, plus his knowledge base of every club team in Galway is second to none. And it's fairly enjoyable when you're in a setup like that and you're working with people like that. When you do sit down and start talking about the hurling chat or the matchups or the tactical stuff that needs to be done, and Tommy will always be a very deep thinker, as Shane is, as well, in fairness to him, and Gav, but like Tommy will always get it right 9 times out of 10 in terms of what he's thinking. And he's a very good sounding board for even me, the last couple of years. He's a good guy. But like you're looking at the matchups the last day, look, I didn't envisage Shane O'Brien picking up Ryan Collins, like, but he did. That worked well for them in terms of that matchup. Um, but like, yeah, look, Tommy, to see the lads afterwards and the cup, it's a special moment for him. But Jesus, he's earned it. The
Yeah.
boys have earned it. They've gone the way a lot of the times.
Particularly last year, I remember when we were talking after that Turlockmore game, like it would have been very hard to lift them because there was expectation within their own group to get back there last year.
Yeah, but like they're grounded group as well. And the lads will always be accountable to each other and to the group, and that's a big thing inside of any club team. And they have that in abundance. And I'm sure when they reflected, I suppose did a review of what would happen during the year. There was probably just a few things that didn't go right for them during the course of the year. A few things that go right in the day against uh, against Turlockmore. Turlockmore that were better than them. It's fine margins, Paul.
Mm.
It's very fine margins, but you've got to earn the right yourself in position and to be in the moments and win the moments. And Anthony Burns was the guy that stood up yesterday. So Keegan Hanner was outstanding as well. Came in a huge shift, absolutely huge shift in forward. Um, and like there was the guys there who just get on with it and do their bit. And it's enjoyable to see Tommy doing the interviews. It's enjoyable to see them when the players hand him the cup. Because there's no better moment. Because the lads understand the amount of work that the boys have put in. And no, fair play.
Is it fair to say Loughrea weren't at their best yesterday, but it didn't really matter? It was just about getting over the line.
Look, they pride themselves in the hurling that they play and the pride of hurling that played over the last couple of years. Deservedly put them in positions.
Mm.
They weren't at their best yesterday, but it was a county final and can't be put them to the pin of their collar as well. And the story of the second half, when he looked at the gear again the second time today, in terms of kind of the narrative of the game, what was going on, both score creation. Cappy probably did more in the second half in terms of score creation than not created, but the difference was the conversion rate. I think Cappy had, 12, 13 wides the whole game, created probably 6. So it didn't convert enough at a key stage, in terms of the penalty. There's no loss in name in terms of it's just experience, in terms of that. He struggled well, and Garrett's record in penalties is second to none. But they had shots, in scoreable positions that dropped short or drifted wide that they would have needed. So were they at the best? Probably not. Did they do enough? Yeah, probably.
With Capsal, you mentioned they put them to the pin of their collar. It was really their shooting efficiency that probably just let them down in the end.
Yeah, definitely. Just let me share the screen there,
Yeah.
Paul, just to show, in terms of the story of the game, really from a football point of view, was a kind of one area. In the second half, with Loughrea, you're looking at it there, they were going short to go long a lot of stages, but Cappy mopped up and off the ball, particularly, one puck up in the second half. this kind of pattern in the game as well. And in terms of what they were doing, Cappy dropping off, ball going long, ball not won, and Cappy winning it. He won that one clean one at that stage. So like you're looking at it from the point of view of could they do that differently? Loughrea for me would look at that now in terms of, I suppose, the game in the second half. As I said, Cappy did an awful right tactically. But
Did you feel dropping off the puck out worked?
if you look at it there from the point of view of many scores did Loughrea create from the second place puck out, we didn't. They were in trouble retaining ball inside. And Cappy obviously turned the ball over, and then are obviously going in the attack at that stage. Like the other one, I'd probably show you, Paul, is you can see from the graph here in terms of Cappy shots, like the radar or all the misses. For whatever reason, they went down this side of the defence and off a lot. These are all, look, they're still high percentage shots, but Niall a bit disappointed with that. Shots dropping short even, when puck out long, ball go down the line. They're working the ball well up the pitch, and Niall will be kind of disappointed with that as well in terms of that stage. Why? These are all key scoring chances that had at a critical stage, turning Loughrea over high up the pitch, ball dropping short. And they were all key chances that they got during the course of the game. Last one here, I'm only trying for them, but there was obviously more than that in the game. But like you'd be kind of wondering if they had scored them chances, if they got the penalty, Paul, and one more point, they've obviously got over the line in terms of what they're doing. But like the other one was their puck outs as well. Like I thought there was a malfunction in the first half, and I only tracked the second half really. But like they did okay. They won their fair share of long puck outs in the second half. That wasn't their problem for them. I suppose the big area for them really, was just the conversion rate was just low. It was too low for a county final. You'd always be focusing on getting to 20 points at least in the county final. But you're looking at this clip here, they have numbers around the ball breaks in front, and they win it, and that was a lot in the second half in terms of this kind of story, the narrative from their own puck out. Puck outs going down that side, obviously the target's down on top of Brian Keary, but ball breaks again, ball in front, to get numbers around the ball. You think Loughrea are going to win it. But Cappy come in when dirty ball, eventually, create a scoring opportunity. So like they did an awful lot right. They did an awful lot right during the course of the game. But like I suppose the sad reality is, over the winter months they'll be looking back on it, reflecting, reviewing it, but if they had chances, just didn't convert.
You mentioned early on there, after 7 minutes, Loughrea obviously race into that 4 point lead, and then Capitagan have it back to 4-4 then after 12 minutes. Like they hit four in a row there and start to settle into the game.
Yeah, but look, they're doing their bit from the puck out. They want to win their own puck out. And obviously, when they're dropping off, you asked me the question: did they do the right thing? They did if they won the match. If the game was won, the story was Captain's tactics were right. But like everyone is saying, they should have pushed up. But like with a full forward that was scoring that much over the last couple of games, they obviously went. I wouldn't call it defensive. They just dropped players back to cover that space. Garvey was outstanding at 3 on shots. Won that battle. Lee Kerry struggled small, but got a really good score. And then Decky had his hands full with that Burns. I just felt going into the final that Loughrea were just going to have a better spread of scores. And that's what I had. Like you needed, like Neil come up with 3 from play or 4 from play.
4 from play, yeah.
Yeah, Malone or 4 from play. And then you needed Jack, to do what he did in previous semi-finals, another 3 or 4 scores. He got one, brilliant point in the first half. And looking at Cappy, look, they did an awful right. Put Paul use his pocket, put better forward, like Lean, the serious back for Johnny. Paul, Malone had Handy in trouble, a little good, in the first half especially. But look, I don't want to say, they learn from it, but look, I think they did remarkably well in the final in terms of putting themselves into position And if they'd won it, you know, in terms of the chances that they created, you'd say, yeah, we deserved it. But unfortunately, we didn't get this one.
Just after that 12th minute, both sides hit 4 points each up to 29 minutes, but it really did feel decisive when Loughrea get 3 points in a row right before the break from Anthony Burns, Ian Hanrahan, and Tiernan Killeen to go in 11-8 ahead at the break.
Yeah, and it was late, like it was in injury time, and the momentum of the game kind of swung with the turnover for the pass was given back to Devon. They scored a 65. Obviously, then it gives the boys a bit of energy, and then they go back at it, and they get, you know, they'll always come out around 2 or 3 points per game. Kieran will as well, you know, and that 3 point buffer was important in the scheme of things when you're going down the home straight. When you're playing a final, like you need the scores on the board going down the last 4 or 5 minutes. But like in fairness to Cappy, in 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 the fourth, fifth quarter, you know, if the penalty gone in within 11 points to 1-8, then you give themselves a chance, and then they can relax a small bit with their shooting, you know. So they were always under pressure, you know, huge amount, and they're on the back foot strike and they're towards the sideline, which is, you know, they're low percentage shots, but there's still opportunities that you need to convert in county finals. You look at the point Anthony got, they're out towards the sideline at a key stage, you know, was very important to them. They got to look 1 or 2 frees, like they got 1 fight, so you know, they'd be disappointed with that, definitely. And the goal chance was huge, you know, it was it was so important at that stage. Just give that buffer again, go down the home straight, but not really just.
Did you feel when Loughrea went 14-9? Did you just think in the end, Cappy left? Did they leave themselves with too much to do, or was it more so just missing those chances?
It was just missed chances. Missed chances, but defensively they were really good. And they were really good defensively. But look at the operation of goal in terms of what they were doing with the second phase, especially they weren't hurt Cappy. But Cappy then were trying to work the ball up from very, very deep. And they did that very well at times. You know, they used the ball really well, but it was just, you know, could they put Niall inside with Lean, you know, then give Shane O'Brien something to think about from that matchup. You know, for me, 2 lads inside, it might have given something different. But like, I'd say something if they didn't create the chances. They did. It was just the conversion.
And it's funny because in 55 minutes it was 15-13.
And then the goals were in.
Yeah.
The goals were in, and it was not great. You know, I'd say it probably helped them that it was in after right, the county time as well, not having to go into stop in and then go down that. It gives them breathing space then, because they know what's coming next. They know how hard it is to get over the line, particularly the last couple of minutes. But they managed it well. Then Cappy came back and got 3 scores, but they never kind of threatened. Niall had a chance of a goal, sorry, as well towards the end.
Yeah.
You know, it was. I knew by him when he struck it, you know, it was in his head. But like that's their first county final. You know,
Yeah.
it's a huge experience for them. But the profile of the group that they have, James Egan, you know, the rest of the boys didn't be back. But look, it's so hard. It's so hard the Galway Championship because look, it's a long, tough season from there, and you're relying on lads not going away. You go away, you're hoping to come back semi-fit, and then you're trying to, you know, you're going to get injured, and the heavier squad that's deep enough that's going to get you back into the quarter final. And look, Loughrea lost, you know, Martin Mack was here, Oisin Kyle, Conor Jennings, you know, the three, Jamie was injured, Paul was injured, you know, did a mountain of injuries, but they got on with it. You know, they had depth in their squad, lads who committed the cause, club, the jersey, and they got through the group stages. Lucky to get over Castlegar in a quarter final. You know, they were, you know, blessed, and they know that themselves. And Castlegar, they kind of licking their wounds over the winter, and probably saying to themselves, "Geez, we're going to get back there next year." Um, but they do fair play to them. I think their bridge match, their bridge is a bit disappointed in terms of how they heard that from the. But Loughrea didn't allow them. You know, Loughrea had to kind of hold the experience, and kind of handle the semi final, and obviously, and probably handle the occasion better, Paul. probably the best way to sum it up.
Just for the goal, wasn't it a great move by the management to put Joe Mooney in there because I suppose he's such a big man. He was just, I suppose, proven to be a bit of a nuisance there for the Capitagal defence when the ball does go in high.
Yeah, and the one ball that you needed Joe to win, he won it. But Garvey came back and got a great flick on him. You know, I suppose Skehill was unlucky, probably lost the side of the ball in the sun. And Anthony, with his predatory instincts, then, obviously picked it and finished it very well. But like, it was a huge score. It was an absolutely huge score. The time of the game that they needed it. Happy for coming. But it's like, what if Cappy had scored a penalty? That would put Loughrea on the shoot catch. And then it's a different game.
It really was though, like when you consider it on 43 minutes, they're 14-9 up, and Loughrea only get 1-1 after that. The free comes from Tiernan, and the goal comes like Capitagal really did make it difficult for Loughrea in that final quarter.
Huge, but like that's right there on the graph. Created far more chances than Loughrea, you know. And there were a lot of really good performances in the defence, you know. Obviously both defences were on top. But it was getting the guys around the middle third that were going to get you scores. And Loughrea just had probably hammering there to get the two scores that was needed. Tiernan got one. I always thought when the final was going to be a battle of the 2-11s and who was going to dominate them all. And Tiernan had room a lot of room in the first half. But in fairness to Cappy, like they had the numbers between the 45 and 65 that put the pressure on the Loughrea back and kind of working the ball up the pitch. The fast side now, been high standards, the last couple of years, but the club at this level, they had a really good job on it. You really had to shackles on. And then look, Ja was on and Shane Morgan, really good tussle again, I enjoyed watching it back, Paul. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it from the point of a tactical point of view. I don't enjoy it when you see teams, you're looking at Cap, you're looking hard to work as a club. You don't enjoy players that you've coached missing chances. I don't. It doesn't matter what colour jersey they're on. I just don't like it. But look, the boys will be back, like Cleveland and Niall. They love their club.
Liam really showed something this year though, didn't he? Because he was the one up top on a lot of occasions.
Yeah, and the ball he was getting was 50-50. It wasn't ball hitting grass that he could control out the front. He played a lone role, and he battled away with Paul and John trying to win his own ball and create scores. It was a serious tussle between the two of them. But like they have Lewis Coughlin and a few more coming, like Donald Mannion didn't play, for the last two games. He'll be coming back. He'll add to it as well, but look, the trick is with any club is to bring the one or two every year that that you're going to need. That's the hard part in all this. It's to get two lads through every year. If every club got every underage team that say, well, it's not about winning minor A's, it's about getting two lads that are going to play senior hurling for us, are going to get sent. If you did that, you've done a really good job. At Cappy, you've done an unbelievable job with girls, as have Loughrea. Like my probably second year in Loughrea, we got through, there was 4 or 5 lads just came, Ansley was there, Tiernan, Shane Morgan, a lot of young folks came just all at the once, that really changed the dynamic of what's going on in terms of the competition for places. And if you get that within the setup, then it's a perfect storm. And what Loughrea have had for the last 5 years, they've had a perfect storm in terms of the quality of players that the team brought through, coupled with the management team that had.
Is Shane Morgan someone you'd be looking at as a Galway six? Because a lot of people were like really impressed coming away at Kenny Park yesterday with his performance.
Yeah, look, they're going to have to try him. They're going to have to see how he gets on. It's hurling this year, so he'll be able to kind of manage that. I'm hoping Loughrea don't get themselves over semi-final or Northern Cup final, but they're 2 steps away from that. But let them enjoy this weekend and next week. And regarding the celebrations, yeah, Shane, look, as for me, very consistent last year for us at the colleges. Good hurler, good stick man, his recovery speed, his really good feet, his good game intelligence. Like, so he ticks an awful lot of boxes, But look, it's like anything else. He's going to need, time, and he's going to need to realise there's going to be plenty of ups and downs within the county setup in terms of the games you play and the caliber hurler. He's going to have tough days at the office. He's going to have good days at the office. Like I think it was the first game last year they played against Cork down in Parky Queeve, through the last struggle, but to bounce back from it. He'll need that resilience again, That's like any order within the county.
Just from knowing these Loughrea lads, what do you think the celebrations are going to be like in the town? I've seen a couple of videos myself, and it's safe to say they're celebrating the right way, and rightly so, considering the hurt they've went through as well.
They've been 18 years waiting, they're like any club team really. They're all able to celebrate, win, lose or draw, they're able to celebrate, and they're young lads and they're entitled to celebrate. So yeah, look, let them enjoy it and enjoy it for a couple of days. And let the management, really enjoy it, embrace it. But like the key is when we win something like this is to kind of absorb all of it, because it's so hard to win it. And Jesus, do celebrate. That's what I'd say. Really enjoy it.
Particularly the older statesmen, Johnny and Paul, like they've experienced a lot of county final defeats.
Johnny, Paul, Jamie, Joseph. They've tasted. Johnny was the one who talked this morning there. I think of the sixth county final. It's his first time that he's won one. Like he's been an unbelievable servant for Vaughan, for Loughrea, but like I think he's been the captain for the last 4 or 5 years, So yeah, look, I'm going to enjoy watching them playing. Whoever they're playing in Ireland in the final, Thomas Jones, Conor McClary, Medina, whoever it's going to be fairly interesting. It'll be a different test for them. I think they'll play probably a lot better than they did the final, and because the pressure is a lot. And they'll enjoy that challenge, and on the road, it's Tullamore, Portlaoise, and the town with them. So it'll be interesting to see that down in the final.
Not to get ahead of ourselves around them, but like it's not impossible that Loughrea would end up nearly in an All Ireland final this year. When you look, it's going to be someone new coming out of Leinster.
But the quality is high. Like
Yeah.
I watched the Kenny county final. Jesus, it was very physical. Very physical. Some of high fitness levels. I know how good Conor McClary, Donald Rhinus this year. They're a serious set of hurlers, and the quality flow forward. Getting Kylie be back. They don't know what that broken thumb probably needs 7 to 8 weeks. So we broke it. Or was it 4 or 5 weeks ago? Not this day. Like so, he'll be still a week short, and a couple of weeks before he makes it back. The Fianna are pressing forward as well. So it'll be a different set of challenges for the lads. But sure, look, about the group now to kind of knuckle down in 2 weeks' time and to get themselves together and back on the road.
It is a nice position to be in when you kind of end that drought. That I suppose to have a break now, and they can watch on and watch these Leinster games as well.
Yeah, look, no, Tommy, the lads will be up there. They'll be up watching the Conor McFly and the Carlo games on Saturday, Sunday. They'll be up at that. They'll start. They'll start their prep work by Wednesday or Thursday, and they'll be looking further down the road in terms of what needs to be done, and they'll get their analysis done, and they'll get their stats and everything else prepared, and who they're playing, and start working out what ifs. So we'll see. Look, it is a great position to be in. They deserve to be in that position, and it's probably a lesson and a kind of suppose a life would more for a lot of clubs that if you do get together and you stick with a management team for 3, 4, 5 years, and you get serious guys involved and you get the buy-in from players, that anything is achievable.
Do you think that's why they got over the line eventually?
I think it was the trust with each other and the management and the players, like the bond that they would have formed over the last 5 years. Wasting it the first time with them, they're enjoyable group, on and off the field. It's so crap, but they work out. And that's the key, that there's no secret to all this. It's just how they work. And Tommy's an unbelievable club man, and the players obviously adore him, love him. You could see the way tearing hand with the cup after the game. That's when the player hands you the cup and he's telling you, but he's like, listen, because of you and what you've done, and Tommy, like, brother, that's not great. That's the lads, but I'd say Johnny Marr will be enjoying the crack with him as well over the next couple of days, and that'd be funny sitting down with Johnny for a couple of days after a few nights with him. And that was an experience. I kid you not, I'm sure it's enjoyable stuff.
Ian Hanrahan too, it was interesting in his speech when he said we're going to go bonkers into town for the week at the end of his speech. He seems like he has a real influence too on this group.
Yeah, like, and in fairness to the boys call him Ducky, in fairness to Ian, he's very consistent in terms of performance levels. He trains well, trains hard. He's a likable guy as well, and he's a really good leader for the group in terms of what he does on the pitch any given day. And he delivers. He delivers every single day he goes out. He doesn't really regard who he's marking. It doesn't bother him, doesn't faze him. And you can see that performance just, when someone needed to get a score or get their hands on the ball, it was him, came in, Shane O'Brien, well, Colleen come on, they did it. But like Happy had heroes, the far side as well, did the exact same thing. Um, but like he's a guy that probably 28, 29 now, they probably could have looked at him a while back. Look, it's enjoyable to see them. It's enjoyable to see them, going bonkers the next week, because do lads, because you work so hard to put yourself in the position you finally got there, life's too short, but you know,
Special mention to Sean Sweeney too, like his day was ended early, and we only had Brian Mahoney on last week. He was saying he's having a conversation with Sean Sweeney. This time last year he was considering whether he'd commit back to the fold, and he did, and like he was consistent, just his day ended early, unfortunately.
Sean was really good in the semi final.
Yeah.
He emptied the tank for 40 minutes, was consistent, over a lot of games. Sean has put himself probably in the position now where he was probably part of the untouchable group in terms of like, they couldn't not put starting because of the performance levels. And like, I suppose the desire he showed to get back to get the hook at that stage, you know, that's key. Like, it finished in a 2 point game, And like, I know he'd be very disappointed because he didn't finish it, but people are going to remember the hook he got, you know. And look, Hurling came in, next minute stepped in, Jamie came in after that, Thomas Rubin came in after that, so it's like anything else with the modern game. It's not just a 15-man game anymore. You're going to need depth to help you out, to carry you over the line.
Do you think the All Ireland series would see Jamie back in the team?
Hopefully, like it's just like, know how the lads work. You've got to perform in training. The lads will pick you on merit. It's not on a name, so it probably suits Jamie at present to come on, but it's like any player that I want to start. You just have to earn your right. And with that, but it's it's a good position to be in too for them, like in terms of having them coming in. He mightn't have the impact that he wanted yesterday in terms of previous games, but it's a county final. He's still getting himself back up to match, I suppose, match pace and match speed. But like, he'll get better, Paul, as the year probably goes on. Like Athenry was a good nick yesterday, but like if they play in Port or Tullamore, like they're serious quicker surfaces again, like that will suit him even more as it will Anthony and Shaughnessy, probably Neil as well. But look, they know now with the level that they're going to, that they're going to need more as well to get the 7 Ireland final, because it's going to be a higher level hurling again, where if you offer up the chance they offered up yesterday, the top teams, the former lies aren't going to waste the chance if they get it. Definitely not. Like, the conversation on Offaly all year was they were focusing on not Ireland series, and they've been up, and they'll be a serious competition for anybody. So we'll see how they get on the weekend with the narrative down in Offaly for the last couple of weeks. So I look if they meet them in a semi final, it'll be, I'm sure Tommy will be on the phone, but look, it'll be enjoyable. I'll enjoy it.
Just on Cappy, because one player I want to mention, Donica Campbell, like he's only came out of minor and he's had a really impressive campaign, like so quickly, like he's probably only coming 18 or he's 18 on the button, like to come straight from minor and have such an impact at senior level.
Yeah, I was impressed with it now yesterday. Um, the only other game I would have watched Cappy play was the semi final against Thomas's. But like he was impressive. But that's what I'm saying to you, like they're bringing these lads through that have been in county minor squads or academy squads that are at the level in terms of hurling ability, SSC, so like they've done a remarkable job for the teams. I'm not too sure many of the teams that were there from that played 2019 against Mellows in the semi-finals, the 6 or 7. So they've had the changeover, but they've managed to bring younger lads in again, and that's going to help them out. Like, look, if they had a if they had a younger, probably James Egan or Craven there, a couple of years ago, might have been a bit different at times as well, in terms of I suppose, the physicality of it. But look, they have what they have now, but what they have is a serious problem of young fellas who the hunger to push on. And look, they know themselves over the winter when they look at it that they put themselves in an opportunity. The hard part for us to go back at it again, to get lads to commit again and go at it again hard, Because I'm sure the management probably found it hard this year with a lot of that states and whatnot. That's tough going as a manager because you're playing league games, challenge games without lads. And if you're not performing to a level, people get frustrated and they've probably got into a rhythm very late in the year, But like everyone knew then, I suppose the story of the game for them, a lot of games, but the last 10, 15 minutes in particular, they were coming back. But that's because of the legs, they don't feel that we're going to finish it out and win the game for them.
Do you think, I know he's involved yesterday in the backroom team, Damien Joyce, he came back in. Will he be someone you think that they might want to get involved now? Because they might want to just freshen things up now for 2025.
And fairness to Joyce, Paul, he's always been there for them. Either as a player, like I believe himself for them, and he's been there as a manager. Told him how you've seen, in Tackle. So I wouldn't, you know, go to a guy. I wouldn't call him used. Why would you not go to a player and a guy of his quality to help you out? So look, as I said, just tactically, for me, they got it right. Was there a time they could have pushed? If they pushed up when they were 5 down, they would have created space to pass it. But I just thought they got an awful right yesterday, apart from I suppose the hardest part of the game was the ball over the back.
Just on Gappy, like Liam Collins has obviously been with the Galway panel. You expect him to get more game time. You'd probably expect Niall to get called in and get a look at too, particularly with his fits campaign. Is there anyone else from a Cappy's perspective that you'd expect to see in the maroon jersey?
I mean, Garvey, like size wise, I thought he was, held the position well.
He's been very good on the ball, like for them. He's been
Yeah,
central.
and if you pay a system like David playing, where he's well protected, but his brother is full back, pound for pound, like it's best full back that I've seen in the county this year. It's just from a defensive point of view, he gets the hurling. He just enjoys defending. He's not too worried about the ball. He just enjoys the hard art of defending. Yeah, he's been in there. You can be someone who could definitely look at it, probably the 20s exactly.
Yeah, 20s, yeah, he should be 20s. Because he
20s.
played that minor final against Clare.
Yeah, and then you're looking at Lewis Coughlin, Neil Malone, like Jazz been in there, Jackie's been in there, from the Loughrea point of view, Shane, Tiernan, Aaron Shocks is in there. Anthony Burns is someone we'll probably have to look at now based on his form return this year. Mooney's 27, 28 now, so I suppose they have who they have at present, in terms of whatever the squad they picked. Um, so like I'm not too sure, Paul, is there more there? I think what they have to know what's there, would they go outside that? I'm not.
Is there anyone from any of the other clubs that you stood out that wasn't previously involved that I think you might see?
You go down through, I had this conversation with someone, you go down through all of it. Like, it's it's going to take time to get another crop in. It's going to be a 3, 4, 5 year window.
Yeah.
For all these young fellas that are going to have to replace the senior guys in it. And like, I think, like Oisin Flannery's been brought in from Pearson's, he probably fits the profile in terms of how he played this year. Deserves a shot at it. And looking down through it, and the clubs, like, if you look at it, like, whoever they brought in based on performance and who's done what. There's no kind of bolt or outlier there that you're going to say this guy is going to be playing senior championship next year. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's a 3, 4, 5 year development process for them. So like it'll be interesting to see there's no Watch Cup game, but it'll be interesting to see the first league game, how they approach it, in terms of what they pick, and ready to go. Like so like be back in 3 or 4 weeks time. So they're back in the gym now working away. So like it's exciting as well, Paul, from the point of view of you have a new blood of players coming as well. Like, and I'd always have hope with Gore hurlers, especially like if they can't switch it on, the will cause teams something to struggle. But with the lads involved, I do think they'll get the best of them in terms of the system of play, style of the play. So you'll be looking for them to improve somewhat in a lot of areas.
Would you expect to see big changes from the 15 that played last year?
If lads are ready,
Yeah.
If lads are ready to play, you put them in. You don't put them in if they're not physically and mentally ready for it. That's the kind of point mistake we're making, is throwing them in, expect them to survive it. They're not going to survive it unless you give them the time to learn from what they did and give them the feedback, give them the training and the coaching that they need. But look, it's going to be interesting from the Loughrea point of view. Ireland semi-final is going to be interesting point of view. So point of view in February, then the league upcoming league campaign.
Just finally for yourself, you mentioned you were with Rhinos. Was it a good time to get away and coach in another county for yourself?
It was enjoyable from the point of view of just probably getting out, challenging, and you're trying to put a good few lads in, get ready for next year. Got to a semi-final, we were 4 points up with 8 minutes to go. Had chances, we didn't convert. Ballymair went on a couple of all the way from League to Cormac, Like the Cormac are a serious outfit. They're as good as what they involved with. In Ballymair, probably top 4, top 5 as well. About the 5 there. Then. It's always enjoyable to go out and test yourself and challenge yourself. There's good lads down there, and a good committee down there. Just quarterfinals today, they've done that by 14, 15 points, so they'll be back in the semi-final again now. So that leads to a lot in terms of the standard of the screen, Spain, the signing, the Monaghans, and so these are all names that I know now. You'd be kind of looking at them under 20 with athletes, but then when you see them in the flesh, when you see the Dan Ravenhills in the flesh, you're kind of either serious on speed of them. It's the quality of player that they have down there. They mightn't have the kind of the depth that we have, but they have serious quality in the top 20 county. So the hard part for them is to build on the 20s, the minors, with another crop fund. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on next year or two with Johnny, especially.
That's all we do have time for on today's show. Again, congratulations to Loughrea, commiserations to Capitagal. As we mentioned, Loughrea now go forward to face the Leinster champions in the All-Ireland semi-final. And thanks a million to Jeff for coming on.